Orlando Magic fans, brace yourselves. One of the team's brightest stars is down, and the impact will be felt across the court. Franz Wagner, a cornerstone of the Magic's offense and defense, is out indefinitely with a torn oblique. What does this mean for the Magic's season, and how will the team adjust? Today's news is a tough pill to swallow for the Orlando Magic faithful. Franz Wagner, one of the most promising young talents in the NBA, has suffered a significant injury, a torn oblique, that sidelines him for the foreseeable future. This isn't just a loss on paper, it's a massive blow to a team already grappling with injuries. But what does this mean for the Magic's lineup, their playoff hopes, and the players who will now have to step up? ESPN claims that star forward Franz Wagner is out indefinitely with a torn right oblique. Wagner picked up his damage last Friday night. Although he will be reevaluated in 4 weeks, we all know oblique injuries are difficult. These are among the core muscles. They don't quite rebound overnight. 4 weeks. That is hope. Practically, it may be 6 to 8 weeks, or maybe longer. But this predicament goes beyond Wagner's chronology. Another unanswered question haunts Magic supporters. When will Paolo Banchero be returning? Recall that before this season, Banchero also suffered an oblique ailment. Originally projected for a 6 to 8 week rehabilitation, he's in week 5 right now and still not on the court. October 30th was his last game. Although his return looks near, these things can linger. Given that Orlando has been mostly depending on Wagner throughout Banchero's absence, both of these injuries leave the team in a difficult situation. Let us now discuss the performance of Franz Wagner prior to this regrettable incident. The man had been absolutely crying. Wagner stepped up dramatically while Banchero was sidelined. He has been the 4th best player in all of fantasy basketball for the last month. You did really hear that. 4th best. The only others surpassing him are Nikola Jokic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Victor Wembanyama. That is a top-notch organization. Wagner's stat line appeared as follows throughout this stretch: 35.5 minutes every game, 28 points, 6 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 2 steals, 0.5 blocks, and 2.3 three-pointers. With just 2.4 turnovers per game, he hit 46% from the floor and an amazing 91% from the free throw line. Those figures really are ridiculous. In fantasy rankings, he also topped heavyweights, including Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic, and Karl Anthony Towns. What has been Wagner's breakthrough secret? Growing consumption. Wagner moved from averaging about 17 shots per game to a stunning 21 with Banchero out. That number shot surged even more in some recent games, 23 tries to be exact. And it was efficiency as well, not only volume. On his last 3 visits, he scored 30, 35, and 30 points. For certain games, he was even approaching the line with 14 free throw tries. The man maximized his additional role as a machine. The million-dollar question now is, what happens to Orlando's rotation, including Wagner out and Banchero still sidelined? Sadly, the solution is not obvious. None on the roster can match Wagner's output. You cannot just substitute his scoring, playmaking, and efficiency. In the short term, meanwhile, we might find athletes like Cole Anthony or Jalen Suggs picking up some of the slack. They will probably have more chances to shoot and create plays. The Magic have also been depending on younger players with the potential for an increase in minutes, such as Anthony Black. To be honest though, nobody is filling Wagner's shoes with 28 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. It will be a team effort, and without their great forward, the Magic's attack could seem a little jumbled. On the plus side of things, Banchero seems to be returning really soon. Should he come back within the next several weeks, the rest of the team will have less load on them. Wagner was doing some of the finest basketball of his career. Hence, it is hard to see losing him at this time in his career. The lack of their top playmaker has made Jalen Suggs, the main offensive alternative, more important. Given the limited amount of shot creators on the team, the most recent game they participated in featured Suggs shooting 19 shots, hence his productivity might rise. Suggs is a valuable member of the team, even if his shot selection can be less than consistent at times, since he can create his own opportunities. The Magic are in this phase without Banchero, and Suggs is expected to be a major player and focal point of the offensive strategy they will apply. Apart from Suggs, who is qualified to cover the offensive load, the team has to answer another question. Though he only played 18 minutes against the opposition, Wagner had the third highest usage rate on the squad in their most recent encounter. His best stat line consisted of 2 assists, 9 rebounds, and 12 points. He finished the game with 2 assists. Wagner's low playing time could seem to be a disadvantage. Nevertheless, given Orlando's decision to play with bigger lineups, he might play a more important role in the immediate term. Another key player for Orlando, Wendell Carter Jr., has been quite inactive generally. This is a surprising change. Though his three-point shooting performance in the most recent game was somewhat impacted by foul trouble, Carter has not been especially aggressive as of late. But without Banchero, he might be compelled to take on a more major offensive role. As of late, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, or KCP, has also been contributing more. This is encouraging. Though he has not always been a player with a high usage rate, Caldwell-Pope has been showing improvement in defensive statistics and a slight gain in offensive possibilities. If KCP keeps raising the quantity of shots he tries, he could become even more important. He is a consistent player on the floor since his talents are found in his defensive plays and three-point shooting ability. Even if he might not be able to take over games entirely, he is always proving that he is a player the team can depend on, most importantly. Goga Bitadze is yet another interesting player to take into account among this often shifting roster. Ever since Wendell Carter Jr. went out with injury, Bitadze has been the starting center. He has kept that role even after Carter's return to the field. In their most recent game, Bitadze scored 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Though his shot attempts are not always chances of high quality, his whole presence on the floor is valuable. He provides a consistent advantage for the squad as it gets used to the absence of its main scorers due to his defensive play and in situations involving rebounding. It is evident from a closer inspection of Orlando's roster that Cole Anthony and Anthony Black have exciting futures. Although Anthony has shown that he is capable of being a consistent player given enough playing time, his role and obligations are as yet undetermined. Black, on the other hand, is more likely to get more minutes, but his attacking output might not be as strong as it could be. If forced to choose between the two, Black's greater minutes could make him a vital player in some situations, but Cole Anthony offers a more direct path to significantly contribute. The more straight-line approach to making a major contribution is Cole Anthony. As the team adjusts to the new dynamics presented, keep an eye on both of these individuals. More broadly, Orlando faces challenges in substituting the usage left behind by Banchero and Franz Wagner. One or two players would be ready to commit a significant portion of the attacking effort to attain the greatest feasible outcome. Conversely, the reality can be a more scattered one when several people share the tasks among themselves. This situation does not allow one player to become the unquestionable go-to choice for the team, even if it helps to maintain equilibrium. Hopefully, someone like Cole Anthony would be able to seize the chance and provide consistent output as the squad works through its improvements. Still, this is only hypothetical. Given his talent for scoring and rebounding, Mo Wagner seems to be an important player right now. Bitadze offers consistent block and defensive play performance. Caldwell-Pope is a member of a somewhat lesser tier, but he still provides enough worth to merit major attention. This is especially true given his consistent performance in three-point shooting and defense. Wendell Carter Jr. and Wagner remain good options in the meantime that can help the team stay steady in current difficult times. Regarding Banchero's ultimate return, his absence has driven the Magic to try fresh combinations and rotations. This has given other players the chance to assume more major roles. Jalen Suggs is the most important beneficiary of this circumstance since he is the go-to scorer and facilitator of the squad. Increased responsibilities have helped both KCP and Bitadze provide a consistent choice for defensive plays and inside presence. Though they offer important new perspectives on the team's adaptation and resilience, these challenges might not be lasting. The Magic's next few games will eventually be the ones that highlight which players are qualified to occupy more prominent roles and keep their contributions consistent. Right now, athletes like Suggs and Bidaze, who have the most clear paths to further output, are still under much focus, while speculative decisions like Cole Anthony and Anthony Black are much contingent on how the club performs in the next games and how roles develop. Caldwell Pope and Wagner are picking up their game. The following phase for Orlando will be crucial in deciding how they will be able to remain competitive on the floor and resist the absence of their main star. This is undoubtedly a challenging moment for the Magic, but as always, every setback is an opportunity for someone else to shine. Who do you think will step up in Wagner's absence? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on the latest NBA news and analysis.